Hey everybody, welcome in to your A Slice a Day. I'm Mark Tennant from edwardscom.net. Well, today's piece of content comes from Chuck Sharp. Chuck is the CEO of Right Intel, and Right Intel is essentially a content curation platform, very robust platform, and we'll link back to Chuck's site, and of course we'll link back to the article. The article comes from marketingland.com, and actually I've seen this article published by a couple of people. Some people say they wrote it. Some people say they're just publishing it, but we saw Chuck's first, so we're going to give Chuck the credit of posting this on marketingland.com. And it's really good info because really it's an article about content curation. Now, since that is Chuck's business, some people say it might be a little self-serving. I don't think so, really, because I think it's really about helping business owners and marketers and so forth to understand how to curate content and how to present it and do it the proper way. So I don't think it's too self-serving at all. I think it's a good piece. The name of the article is 7 Content Marketing Tips for When You Lack Time and Resources. So, as always, is our custom here. We won't go through all of the tips, but I like 3 of them, and it's actually the first 3, so we're going to go through them. Number 1, host content curation on your site and promote it in social media. Absolutely. We always tell all of our clients, and you probably read everywhere, social channels are meant to engage with your audience and drive people back to your website, and that's what you should do. So, number 1, host content curation on your site and promote it in social media. So when you're in between your blog post, writing that blog post or maybe creating that video, why not use other people's content? Again, it's all about being helpful, and it's all about using social channels to drive those folks back to your website. Number 2, add your insight. Absolutely. When you read a piece of content and you're just sitting at your computer and looking through stuff and you either read a piece of content or watch a video, don't you sometimes even out loud say something, or certainly inside of your head, like that sucks, or that's pretty good, or I could use that? Absolutely. So add your insight because you might be able to add a little bit more to that piece of content for your audience. So number 2, add your insight. Number 3, pretty important here, give credit where credit is due. Absolutely. And I'm really not sure why you wouldn't do this, and I'm not sure why people actually steal things like this and then call it their own. It really doesn't make sense because it's easy to find out when someone's not being really genuine. What I actually like about this, and I'm really not sure about it, but I liked what they pointed out, using imagery from content that you're talking about, like we're doing here. Traditionally, I do like to use the images that are coming from the article, but really it's in the context of my post. I'm not trying to say this article is mine. I'm actually trying to give credit where credit is due. I'm not sure if it's a gray area, and I'm not really sure if the person that created that image would see it that way. But maybe we should be a little bit more careful, and I think I'm going to look into that just a little bit more. So there you go. The top 3 of the 7 content marketing tips for when you lack time and resources. I want to thank Chuck Sharp, for sharing that with us on marketingland.com. And if you have a piece of content that maybe you're writing or maybe that you've came across that you'd like us to feature here, please drop me a line, mark@edwardscom.net. And if you have a little comment about this, and maybe if you could share some light about copyright infringement and so forth, right down here in the bottom of the comments, please add one. So that's it for episode number 9. And until tomorrow.